in law, is the Abuja Municipal Area Council a local government? Would you say
whatever is inside. If you feel that the market will not, of course, it's so. Fundamental right now that you have to afford it. They have its reasons. In this, the confusion in this issue is that we really don't know who is the accuser and who is the judge, who is the prosecutor. Jubril raised the issue of the house was defensive. Hello there and welcome to the program Legally Speaking. Of course, it is a program where we look at power, politics and policies from the eyes of the law. Today, we are going to continue in our series Constitutional Amendment Watch. And in this episode, we are looking at those things you want to see put in the new constitution, or don't want to see in the new constitution or the amendment constitution, whichever. My guest is already in the studio, and when we return from this break, you will meet him. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Legally Speaking, and we are looking at the constitutional amendments, things you want to see. We are continuing from the last episode. I told you that the Oracle is in the house, as usual, and we continue from there. Oracle, you're welcome.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah. So, local government and the federation account. That's one thing I want to know your take on it in the new constitution or the amended constitution.
Local government should be well spelled out. That is autonomy in every field of life. It should run like a state or a region or the federal government, because it said it's a set tier of government. You know, but in the present constitution, that's 1999 as amended. You know, the local government is just there, but apart from the federal, those 6 area council, none of them, most of them are not, no election for them. No. The governor appoints them, and so their finances are in his pocket. He gives them what he likes.
Yes, and people are saying, look, we don't want to see local government in the new constitution. We want to see local government as an affair of a state or a region, and that they don't have to come to the federation account to take any money.
No, the problem is that the new constitution we are proposing,
yes,
we don't have a local government. Let there be no local government.
So that the state can create whatever they want.
Create whatever and administer it.
Yeah.
Not a federal, they come over to the federation and give more money to the states.
I understand what you're saying. So what you're saying is that in the interim, before the coming of the new constitution, the local government should be autonomous.
It should be autonomous as it is in the constitution.
Yes. Now before the new constitution. But in the new constitution, we don't want to see them there at all.
We don't want it.
Okay.
Because when they call for, and you know, I read from the paper yesterday that Senate said a new constitution is foreclosed. Who told them that?
Foreclosed?
They can amend Section 9 of the existing constitution.
Yes.
To bring in
a new constitution.
Section 9. And in that one, they can bring in these. You know, we don't have referendum in the constitution.
Yes.
They can also bring it in if we are going for amendment.
Yes.
And there is no amendment stated in the old constitution. It's alteration.
The problem is the foundation of this constitution is what we are querying.
No, you know, I told you at the first stanza.
Yes.
That this constitution is a military constitution. So we cannot run a military constitution
in a democratic setting.
In a democracy.
Yes. And this constitution was not actually done by the people.
And secondly, it is not a federal constitution. It's a unitary constitution.
Yes. And we are saying Federal Republic of
Nigeria.
So
whatever we are amending a military constitution.
to suit a federal situation is impossible.
To pretend to suit it.
Yeah, you can never get it.
You can never get it.
I never get it.
And then it's a fraud, as we said the other time.
Yes, we the people of Nigeria, it's a lie.
It's a fraud.
It's a lie. We never did this constitution.
It's a fraud.
If that we means the military people, then it's military people.
And when there is a fraud, not even all the military, some selected few sat down.
Once you're a head of state, then you sit in your room and divide Kano into 100 local governments.
That's why they say pillow talk. Can give me a state, a capital city.
This constitution was done by the military. The way it suits them.
It's an attachment.
It's an addendum.
Not addendum.
It's an attachment.
It's an attachment to a decree.
It's a decree itself.
No, it's an attachment to
a decree. Yes.
Where it was mentioned that for attached.
Decree 40.
You find.
Decree, I think it's decree 48 or something. This
it's a decree, but I know that it was in May. It was done in May. It was done after the election.
So you said what you don't want to see, and those who follow you said they don't want to see local government in the new constitution at all.
I think with time we'll propose one.
Yes, and another burning issue that had to be looked at, I think, is the revenue allocation formula.
The revenue allocation formula, let me a little bit of the devil's advocate. In the 1999 constitution, as amended, the revenue allocation formula was spelled out. Like Joshua is on strike, as you're aware.
Yes.
Why are they on strike? They are not giving their money.
Yes.
Which is stated in
the constitution. Yes.
Parliamentary, this is our
staff. Yes.
They are not giving
their money.
Local government are not giving their money. So you can see that the independence is not there.
That's right.
So the new constitution, it should be spelled out and will follow it to the letter.
Like when the federal government wants to allocate revenue, all the arms of government will receive their own direct from source. That's what you're saying?
That's what the constitution says.
Yes, in the new constitution, the judiciary...
And we'll follow it up in the new constitution and see whether we can add more.
Yes. We just remove the local government.
Yes, and in the new constitution.
Yeah, somebody said that it's local government created by the federal government and not local government at all.
No.
And they ought not to be, because it's the state that will be able to...
It's a state that will know where they should give local government and where they should not. Like Kano State now, for example, it has 44 local governments with a less population than Lagos, that has the highest population with 20 local governments. How can?
I don't think that all the local governments in Southeast are up to the local government in Kano
and
Jigawa.
Yes, it's not.
The two states has a local government that is higher
and that's why representative comes about.
Yes, than the entire geopolitical zone.
Meanwhile, when you drive in the north, or in most of those northern states, you drive, they say, welcome to so and so local government. The next thing you are saying is goodbye to that local
government. but the Senate said the new constitution is not possible.
No, but I have told the people here that section 9, in the amendment of that section 9 of the old constitution will bring in the new constitution.
Yes, even the one they are working on.
No, they should just amend that section, and then we'll start the new constitution.
Yeah. But they cannot tell us that it is foreclosed.
No. They have no right.
They don't have the right. They are representatives.
They have no right, and there
was no legislative instruction to that effect.
No.
If they have it, they should show us.
Maybe, because I saw on the papers. I didn't read the paper, but I saw it.
Yes.
It was good. Maybe it's just one man passing, and they asked him how far, and he said that Because they have no rights.
You know,
They have no rights.
you know, in this country, once you are elected, you become a god.
No, one thing that is stopping us. The elected people. You know, we have 2 tribes in this country. 2 tribes. You know, they say 354 ethnic
Groups, yes.
As done by one professor. But just 2, the politicians
and the rest of us.
people.
And the rest of us. Yes.
Because all of them behave the same way.
Of course.
You heard from, I did last night, I was reading, I was listening to the news, and they said one group of people, about 4 or 5 people, have taken the National Assembly to court, and the revenue allocation, this. That is only revenue allocation that will determine their money.
Yes.
So revenue allocation should determine, and it's a judgment. It's a judgment.
Yeah, revenue mobilization and
yes, not any other person. So these 2 million, 10 million, 15 million, 25 million they are taking it per month. When people are struggling with 30,000, you are now, like yesterday, Kitty said, brought it down, and then
brought the 30.
No, suspended the 30,000 and brought down the 18,000, which was the old one. Because maybe you leave 30,000, you go to 18.
18, yes.
18 is now part payment. That is the man is getting less than 18,000 a month, and somebody is getting 24 million, and his own is never. They've never owed him one day.
It's unfair. So these salaries and wages commission is for me is neither here nor there. I think that the states should be able to negotiate what they'll be able to pay.
No,
why the federal government should negotiate what they'll be able to pay? Because, for instance, Shell pays differently than Chevron, NPC. Everybody negotiate what they'll be able to pay, so that if you don't pay, they will hold you accountable. This one they negotiate on the general level. Some states are richer than the other.
No, so what they are supposed to do is to get a national minimum wage, which is supposed to be, if that one is non-negotiable, federal minimum. That is even,
from there you can pay more
even if you have a house boy, you pay him that. And then you go to the states. The state will decide. You know, in the old Western region was paying higher than any other region.
Yeah.
But they have a minimum wage, a minimum.
Below which you cannot go.
Yes.
But above which you can go.
Can go. And they can even go maximum, because, like you said, Shell and Chevron and
they are paying differently.
Some of them are paying as high as 10 million a month.
Will it be a constitutional matter? Do we want to see it in the new constitution?
Yes.
The solution of this issue once and for all.
No, what I'm telling you are what I think should be in the new
Yes. Yeah. So it ought to be in the new constitution. National minimum wage
and maximum.
Yes. Then we skipped this revenue allocation formula.
Okay.
Sharing money in the federation account, percentage of what you bring and percentage of what you get.
They are supposed to give. We are supposed to, that the states.
Supposed to give to government, federal government.
As it was done in 1963
Constitution, yes.
So that we can compete locally with what we can do. Like Western region started with free education, free healthcare. I think 4 cardinal points, and they did other regions
struggling to
follow. Those who just followed this crash because they never planned for it.
And we need to discourage dependence on federal government by the states. That's what you're talking about.
No, what they are saying is that every state should go home and dig out what they can produce, and then pay to the center. All those in the federal board of accountancy and other is to monitor the state so that they don't cheat them. How much is coming in? How much is going out? How much are you using to bring it? Then you give them 50% or 30% as the case may be.
Somebody asked me at Governance Africa TV and Legally Speaking, what is our position on federal character? and the new constitution? Should it be there or should it be banished?
No, federal character is not working.
It can be there.
You can see that it's not working. If I come in there, all my people are appointed. It was done even before this admission came. If you go to the agencies, the DG of the agency, all these people are the people mostly in the...
Yes, it was not President Buhari that brought it.
No.
He met it there.
He only capitalized on
He met it and didn't make it better.
Better.
He didn't look
He
at
made
the
it worse.
constitution, yes.
And if they don't change this constitution, the next person will be worse than him.
Federal character is not necessary. We don't
It's not
need
necessary.
People should survive on merit.
Merit should be, if you fail an exam, you struggle to pass.
To pass next time. You will not say, I have 40.
Or you create your own.
Yes, I have 20% over 200. And then somebody that has 80. It's okay, we have taken 2 people from your place. I have 220. Let's go to take them out.
From that day, you wrote the same exam. No, it's not that.
And then when they do this director's exam, somebody who have 80, they will make him director. Somebody who has 30, will become a director. Because they say from your place they are taking 2, they cannot take anybody anymore. It's anti-development.
If you remember, when the West, when this thing were going on, if you remember, the West was the one that started women empowerment. So that all the first women first are Westerners. They are from the West. What is it? These are people who are red. Okay, the first woman that drove a car
from the West.
From the West. Will you leave her to prick another person because it's from no. You want to balance?
No.
If you and I sat down for years and brought out something, when you want to work on those things, will you eliminate us?
No.
We have to be there.
The federal character is actually destructive. It's more destructive than constructive. It's destroying the issue of merit in this country. And look at where he has kept us.
Look at where we are.
And even the politicians does not obey it.
They don't.
We discussed in this forum before that
it's your people.
If the president is your senior brother, it won't give you anything that you do not merit if you want the country to move forward.
Yes.
Because it's your senior. Obama has a senior brother in America.
We never heard of him.
They never heard of him.
Yes.
Obama had a senior brother. If he's here, he would have been another presidential spokesman.
Minimum presidential spokesman. If not, he's a minister.
Or presidential contractor.
Oh, he's a minister.
Minister, even they put him as a minister. Even because it's Obama's brother.
Because most of the ministers we have now are related.
Yeah.
Most of them,
especially the key ones.
They are related.
They are related, yes.
Either they are first cousins or brothers or sisters.
So we don't want to see this rubbish they call federal character.
No, we don't want it. It should not be in the constitution.
They are trying to scrap National Youth Service.
Well, for now, I don't like the scrapping before now. But you work with the situation. Now, can you send your child to Maiduguri?
Even in the school where he is in Abuja, you say.
Can you send your child to Maiduguri to Gaza?
There was a time they killed some coppers in an election in
Bauchi. 9 of them.
In Bauchi, they just came to the voting center and opened fire.
9 of them. When apart from the election killing, they won because I think ANPP or CPC lost that election. They killed 800 people. I think that was why Jonathan left when he heard of the coming of mercenaries again.
Yeah, I think that I support it with all my heart.
No, I don't like it.
And I don't want this thing.
When you manage your child to go to school and he's not killed,
then when
you send him to Maiduguri to be killed.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
For me, they can scrap it. After all, if things are normal, they can come back.
All right, we come back after this break. This conversation will continue. Don't go anywhere. So welcome back to the program. If you are just joining us, this is Legally Speaking, and we are talking. Our talking point today is we are watching the constitutional amendment, and we are looking at what you don't want to see in the new constitution or the amended constitution, which whatever you call it. We don't. What is it that is in this one that is inhibiting Nigeria's development constitutionally, legally, economically, and even socially? Before we went on that break, Al, we were talking about NYSC. You said, no, we don't want to see that kind of thing again.
For now, yes.
Yes, it should be scrapped.
And then I have I read from the paper that they are reserved for war. That is frightening. Which war? We are not in the war.
Which war? What of the soldiers that were reserved?
That they reserve time.
Yes, there are soldiers that are in Israel, for instance.
Yes.
You don't retire.
Yes. Even in Nigeria, they can recall them.
Yes.
They've recalled some.
When
I myself have been recalled.
When the argument of Buratai and co, they are for them to be relieved of their duties, they say, look, even if they release them of their duties, they are still military people.
Yes.
So these children that graduate at the age of 20,
you
say they are the war people that fight war for you. Which war? Which war is it preparing?
They are fighting the war.
Or they are preparing for what? Well, the bottom line is that project is a failed project.
It's a failed project.
Just like
no, it was brought in by Gowon in '73, just to bring in,
encourage reconciliation.
The 3 arrows.
Yes.
The 3 arrows.
Yes.
Well, although it was not effective, because the Igbos in particular are still suffering what they suffered before the war.
Yeah. Yeah. So we like what we have discussed now. We don't want to see those things.
No, it's not. It's not nice.
All these we should.
Anyway, there is a law. There is a bill going on.
Yes. I think they are heading to the third reading, right?
Yeah. So I support them.
Public hearing.
I support them.
I support them. I support with all our hearts. So I think it's in the Senate.
No, I think it's in the House. But when they go, they harmonize it.
The House for the first National Assembly has a thumbs up, and this one they should
continue.
Yes, they
I call for a public hearing. Let us go and say why it should not.
Yes, why it should not continue, and you have our support. Well done. Now, there are other issues, constitutional issues that we need to look at, like the Fundamental Right Enforcement, Chapter 4. Some of those rights are not alive; they are just on the book. Is there any way they can do it in the new constitution so that it becomes alive?
No, you know why you say it's not alive. It's because people are not taking their rights as they're supposed to. Because none of them you will take to court that the court will not listen to you. None of them. Even the one in chapter 2.
Yes.
Even the one in chapter 2. I was telling some lawyers the other day, maybe they don't understand. Even in chapter 2, they say it's not enforceable. It's possible. It's enforceable.
Yes, when you link it with chapter 4.
No, when you go to National Assembly, and National Assembly immediately they make a law on it, it becomes enforceable.
Yes.
And it's because it is moved to chapter 4.
Yes. And that's a point.
Like environment and corruption.
You know, we had this argument before. You see, this right to life strikes me the most. It is bare, it is naked, it is empty. As it were, I think India has moved forward. I think they are moving.
We should move forward.
We should move forward. You should improve it.
We should move forward in all of them.
If somebody is sick and you take him to hospital and there's no doctor, and there's no drugs, and there's no or the bill is exorbitantly too high, it's a denial of right to life.
You know, there is a case in Lagos. I don't know how far they've gone. A woman went for operation, and she only complained of, so they sought a second opinion from abroad. One of the, I think the husband sought a second opinion.
Yes.
We said she should just go for, if she goes for operation, I don't know, I don't have the facts.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the doctors ignore that advice. Went on, and the woman died. So he called some lawyers to investigate the thing, and now they are in court.
Yeah.
What are they going to prove? They are going to prove that they've taken our life.
Yes, and they are not to take it.
At worst, they will go for life in prison.
There's a secondary school here in Abuja where a girl, a young girl, a small girl, I think it was 18 or 16 or what, died in the school clinic. And autopsies showed that as at the time they administered drug on the one of these malaria drugs. I can't remember the name now because I was involved in that matter for some time. There was nothing in her stomach.
Instead of giving her food first.
That was what killed the girl. That kind of thing,
recklessness.
That is a breach of right to life.
Yes, it's reckless.
Then we can expand it. We can make them better. If a man is staying in the court premises, the police people should not be waiting for him.
Yes.
Yes, the police people should not waiting for him
because
he's safe there.
Yeah.
It's not that you go and block the door and wait
and he's rearrested. There was a time they even went this Showrace case. So he was in court in the where the judge was there. They came in and fought with him to arrest him. And denied that they never did so. They just showed them the video. It was then they owned them. You know, they were even claiming that they didn't know where he was.
This liberty we are talking about is not on paper. It should be shown to. If, for instance, somebody writes a petition against you, maybe to EFCC, maybe to ICPC, maybe to anywhere, and you are challenging the content of that petition, that it doesn't amount to a criminal offense, the court has to decide it first.
Yes.
That's fair hearing.
You know, it depends on who is representing them. If you didn't ask this for as a prayer, some judges overlook it, but some judges out of radicalism.
Let me look at the
content because it's a fundamental.
It has happened before. I was involved in a matter like that. We insisted that the court should interpret the transaction.
Yes.
Because the other security people are saying, no, you can't stop us from investigating. We say, no, you are working on this petition.
Is it investigatable?
Is it investigatable? EFCC will say section 38(1) and 2. Those information in that place is only for once you have jurisdiction to investigate.
Yes.
You cannot go and investigate marriage because somebody wrote you a petition that somebody did.
No.
But we need to develop this fundamental and we need to add it in the constitution.
No, we develop it when we are drafting a new constitution.
It should be in there.
It should be in there with the development.
Yes.
Not just based on.
And you know, this fundamental right enforcement, I think there's an amendment or something which made an application for enforcement of fundamental rights to operate as a state.
Yes. Is there? I think it's there.
And it's in the fundamental right enforcement.
Yes,
it should be inserted in the once you receive an application,
you stop.
Whatever you want.
It's a stay.
It's not because what they are doing is they say, oh, we must investigate. No, the right of the citizen should also be respected.
Even the investigation is subservient to the right of the citizen.
Yes, it's inferior. Completely inferior.
Yes,
we need to see
the man must be alive before you can investigate it.
You know, you
can investigate a dead man.
No. And this issue of custody, this custody of people that have been suspected to have committed an offense, something should be done about it. The ACJA tried to sort it out, but these people are not listening to it. There must be a way. The man must be at liberty while you investigate him.
You know, anybody can write a petition against you.
Yes, that's a problem.
And so, because I wrote a petition against you,
not support anything
doesn't mean that you have already killed the person.
That's the point. It must be established in a way that it's impossible.
That was why we are saying that they should have a new constitution with all these things boldly written. There's
a case where somebody wrote a petition against another citizen in Nigeria to the police.
Most of them are in Nigeria.
The police came, they arrested the man, they gave him bail, the man ran away. So when they caught him, they refused to give him bail at the police level, and took him to the magistrate court. And the man applied for bail. They said, no, because you escaped the other bail, we will not give you another bail.
He appealed.
He went to the High Court. The High Court ruled the same thing, that he's not entitled to bail. He went to court of appeal. They ruled the same thing. When he got to Supreme Court, Supreme Court said, no, you all are getting it all wrong.
Why did he
The
run
man
away?
is entitled to run away.
Run away to free himself from being killed.
If police is looking for you, you have the right to run away. Since they are the one looking for you, they should look for you and catch you and bring you back. Police was surprised what happened. Some of these things are not working like that. You see people who oppose bail with all their lives. Why? You put somebody in detention
And you were opposing it.
It's crazy. There's an argument we were making when they said, oh, you know, in ACTA they say it's not bailable, that some offenses are not bailable. We are saying that those provisions in ACTA are contrary to the provision of presumption of innocence. I argued it in that bail. I said, no, you cannot say that an offense is not bailable because this person before you is it's just a suspect, an accused. He's not convicted, and he's supposed not to suffer any subtraction from his right. Yes, you have to give him bail so that he come and defend himself. They say, oh no, if he goes to detention, if you don't find him guilty, you subtract. If you find him guilty, you subtract. What are you if you don't find him guilty?
What are you subtracting?
What are you subtracting? So these issues, chapter 4, as it is in this constitution,
well
articulated. They should look at it again. There should be conditions, especially.
Not they now. It's for all of us. It's for all of us. Bring out the new constitution, all the areas you want to be in the new constitution,
yes,
and keep it until they open the door.
Because the most important thing in democracy is freedom.
It's freedom. After the right of life, it's freedom.
Yes, after the right of life. Because you can't be alive and you are not free. Then you are not alive.
Then you are not alive.
You are not alive.
Then
So
you are not living.
that chapter 4 should be well dissected.
Yes.
New
Chapter
rights
4 and chapter 2.
Part of what is in chapter 2 should be moved to chapter
Because
4.
if a child is not educated, you've infringed on his right.
Yeah, education should be
It's
a right.
a right.
It should be a right.
Right.
Whether enforceable against the state.
It's against the state.
Yeah.
Against any of the state. It could be the province, it could be the state, it
Could be the federal government.
local
Anyway,
government.
because government in this one, that brings us to this issue of education. We are saying that the federal government should get out of education. They have no business there.
No, really they don't have. They should allow it for the provinces.
Yes,
And the states.
states to handle.
Handle.
They have no
Some
business.
of them, the local government. And no, because they don't give money enough to the people. That's why they're holding that one to show that they are working.
How can the federal government be running university, building primary school?
Which university? It's primary education. Primary education.
They say federal government college. How?
Federal government college. They've killed these institutions. If you go to, you will not allow your child to go there.
The federal government should stay away. They will only do 3 things. Or
No,
4.
all these things, like unity schools and all the rest of them.
National hospital.
All these things were done because of the war. And 50 years have passed.
National park.
You've done
You
50
see
years.
the federal government running a park. They say national park.
And let me tell
What
you
is it all
something.
about?
Let me tell you one secret on the amendment. If you watch the alterations, it's every 3 or 4 years.
I never get through.
No, 4 years, so that they can carry money and share among themselves. They don't do any work. They don't do every 4 years. There is an alteration on the constitution, and they've never touched the key areas, like
What we are talking about.
what we are talking about, and the PIB now is still in National Assembly.
I said
Petroleum Act.
they shocked
Is
me.
petroleum supposed to be in the constitution?
It's not supposed
Are
to
we
be
not
the
supposed to pay what we make from pressure.
It's supposed to be part of resources that will abide
Yes,
with the
it's our
people from where it
resources.
is. Yes.
It's our resources,
It's not
and it should not be owned by the state. It should be owned by the individuals.
And things like
Whose land?
and things that National Petroleum Corporation should be scrapped.
It should not be there.
Should not be there.
The only thing is taxation. Who are those who are looking for
If
taxation?
you are a state or region that produce, or you pay higher tax than the rest.
Yes, now. No, they will tell you 30%.
Derivation.
So if you get 3 naira, 30% of 3 naira, I cannot be earning 1,000 and pay 3 naira. But I pay 30% of that amount.
Yeah, 30% of what you
Of 1,000.
you pay it to the federal government.
Government.
Yes, and issues like this petroleum price, whatever. These people that will come and say, "Oh, we increase petroleum."
No, those people were
These are useless
It's still a military mentality.
Because they say, "Look, we are deregulated."
No, it's still, but now they are telling you that they are paying more subsidy than even when Jonathan was there. Meanwhile, we are not paying subsidy according to them.
Because if you say you are deregulated, for instance,
seeing
deregulation means that you cannot control it centrally. Everybody can sell what he wants.
If you want to control, if you want a price control,
We should say it's a
more of feeding
commodities,
food,
but it should be even run by the regions, not by the federal government.
not by the federal government.
The federal government is all over the place.
You know,
in this constitution, it's all over the place, and it's not fair.
It's not.
It's not fair. You run primary school, you run market. This Abuja market is owned by FCD. In fact, it's federal government that owns it. What is his business there? Look at Abuja Municipal Area Council. He has nothing. It's run by the federal government. Because they legislate for them. How can they continue to legislate for
a
local government? It doesn't make sense. Why haven't we done a state structure here? If we want it since the time this constitution came into place. There's a lot of things to talk about, but we haven't asked that our time is up. But thank you for coming. It's my pleasure. Yeah. Well, time is at it again, and this is how far we can go on this episode today. But get back to us in at various social media, and also that we know your thoughts on this. Till we meet you again, God bless you.
In law, with the Abuja Municipal Area Council, the local government reduces